Welcome to the 3 to Our Way podcast, a weekly 1-hour conversation about sports, television, film, music, and current events. Real live, no sites. Hosted by childhood friends Sherm the Barber, Substantial, and J Cash. 3 to Our Way is as humorous as it is informative. We bring our odd perspectives on odd stories to you via YouTube and all podcast platforms. Our weekly show is pre-recorded, but you can catch us live on the first Sunday of every month. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now let's get to it. Yo, what's good, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome to 3 to Our Way podcast. I am J Cash, and I missed you. Did you miss me?
Hollywood.
Cash. I got my man Sherm in the building, as always. Sherm, say what's up to the people. After you finish.
That's how I say what's up.
Substantial.
Peace.
Solid brother from another mother. Oh, yeah,
Yes,
how mom's
indeed.
doing, man? I saw the pics from Mother's Day.
Oh yeah, man. Mom's is doing well, man. You know, I mean, she's 80 now, so you know what I mean, it's a little tougher for her to get around and all of that, but you know, she was in great spirits, man. Happy to be with her kids and all of that, you know. So it was dope. She asked about y'all too. You know what I mean?
That's what's up. Always good. Always good. Shiggity shake Sherm. What you sipping on?
Today I got Joyhound Beer Company, Foggy Chesapeake. It's a local black-owned. It's not a brewery, but it is a black-owned beer company. They are out of Baltimore, and this is a fruity, hazy double IPA, and it is off the hook. It's a little it's got a little bit of bitterness to it, but it's because of all the fruit that's in it: lemon, lime, tangerines. It is very good.
Citrusy.
It is extremely citrusy. It is very refreshing.
Citrusy beer.
And
that's good, man. What's the name of them again? Give them a shout out, man.
Joyhound Beer Company out of Baltimore. See, yeah, there we go. I definitely highly recommend this joint. It's in my local, well, not local, but it's in the liquor store in Rips up in Bowie. So it can be found.
Okay. Man, those LED lights behind you?
Oh yeah, man, I'm fancy, man. You know what I'm saying? So look, hold up. What color you want, Cash? Oh, you want blue? Sure.
Oh,
why not? You want green? You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you just want random, son. Oh, we got a party in this.
You got a new toy, yo. You got a new toy.
Yeah, man. Is it for my lives, yo? I was just trying to find ways to like when I do the performance joints to make it more interesting from home. So you know what I mean?
That's not for your OnlyFans?
Well, you know, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep that on the low, Sherm, you know. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take care of these babies, you know what I mean?
Shout out to the people that's live with us right now in the chat. I'm sure more will join us in a second.
Yeah, Johnny Perozzo, Stephanie Gale, Avis.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Hi.
Yes, sir.
Steph got some bars for you too, Cash.
Oh, Steph been spitting.
Listen. I saw her little challenge and everything. It was all right. It was cool. It was all right.
It was just all right, Cash.
My shit more John Blaze than that. I got John Blaze. I saw her, though. Good job, man. Good job.
Yeah, she killing him.
Yes, she is.
Oh, real quick. Shout out to Steph as well. We got a single out right now called Vocal Lines. Steph all by herself on the vocals. I did the production. Y'all check that out. Streaming at World right now. You know what I mean?
It's a real nice summertime feel kind of track.
Man, thank you. Appreciate it.
That's exactly what's needed right now. But listen, I see our subscribers have gone up. What I'm not seeing from the people out there in streaming land is the likes. Okay, you gotta like these videos as much as you watch them. Okay, so I don't want to see 100 views, 150 views, and only 10 likes. Nah, you know what I mean? They need to be parallel. So it don't cost you nothing. Just go ahead and press that like button. And for those people who haven't subscribed to the channel. We are very interesting. I don't care What they said.
We are
God damn it.
All right, so how we kicking it off today, man?
Shiggity Sherm.
Yo, I believe that's me, Sherm, light up the mic for the symphony.
Yes, sir.
So I ain't got much shit going on today, man. Not much music has come out. I don't nothing has come out that's really been on my radar this week. I have been listening to, or no, I did see where Logic and Madlib released the project. It's a Dat Piff exclusive. It's also available. You can listen to it on YouTube, of course, as well. It's Dot D Planetary Destruction. I listened to a couple of tracks off of it. You know, it's typical Logic. He can rap like shit. He's a very interesting artist, and of course, you know, you got Madlib on the production, so
Right.
the production is amazing. So that's kind of really more so what I was listening for than Logic. Like I said, I like Logic, but I'm kind of good on Logic. Like if Logic were a food, like I don't need to consume any more Logic anymore because it's like he's the same flavor.
He's fried chicken.
Yeah, and it's not a bad thing. It's just I just don't want no more fried chicken.
Yeah. It's not that it's bad. You just don't want no more fried chicken. You done had it like 3 times this week.
Yeah.
The funny thing is too with fried, that's a great reference too, because like fried chicken is one of those things that when you tell people, it's like, yeah, I don't really do fried chicken no more. They looking at you, you don't eat fried chicken no more.
Yeah, because it's so like
you got super fans out here, so you gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying that around certain folks.
I also want to say too, don't believe the hype and the stereotype that it's just black people that eat fried chicken. White people love that shit too.
Everybody loves fried chicken, man.
Koreans on our ass in terms of like who makes the best. Like, 'cause they make some amazing fried chicken.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so you know, listen, you know what I mean? We do our thing, but let's
ain't the only ones.
Right. Yeah, man.
I just want to put that out there.
Well,
so Logic album.
Yeah, Logic. And I saw some other interesting news. This is all via Hip Hop DX. No, this one actually might be from on this date in hip hop. Alchemist released a secret album on YouTube that everything is misnamed. I don't know who it's included, but it said we. You know, they quoted his post about this project, and it says we released a secret album on YouTube and nobody found it yet. So it's under a secret name, and all the tracks are not the name that they're supposed to be. So I found that pretty interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna go look that shit up or even try to find it, but it's pretty interesting. But
I know last week, not to cut you off, last week you did J. Cole's new album.
Yeah.
Did you hear Khaled's album? And I'm only asking because of the song with Nas and Jay-Z. Did you hear that?
I heard
a few of the tracks.
Yeah, because it's been a big buzz. Everybody's like, oh, that thing was so amazing. I think the song was dope. It was way too short, and it didn't really give me a bunch of the feel that I wanted. You know what I mean? So I liked it, but I've heard better. You know what I mean?
That definitely wasn't the best Jay and Nas song at all. It was actually not the best.
Yeah, it was a
the
mellow.
Beat was fire. I like the beat a lot.
Yeah, the beat
and the vocals was amazing. Like I said,
the chorus.
Yeah, I think the song is dope. I just one of those. Yeah, it was dope. What else you got?
Yeah, it's really no more to talk about. It wasn't the lyrics were straightforward. You know, it was cool to hear him talk about some real progressive shit as far as them being artists and businessmen now. So you know, it's cool. It was cool.
Yeah. Okay. Not to derail you, but go ahead.
But yeah,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You said what?
No, I was going to ask you if you heard the new joint of Lucas joint, Zine Zimmer.
No,
yeah, I did.
I didn't know he released.
Yeah,
that fried chicken too, man.
How'd you like the video though?
I think
his visuals are always dope.
When it comes to Joyner, I think that outside of his unusual concepts that he makes music, he's just Joyner. Am I making sense? Like
Yeah,
One of
he's
my
not an
favorite songs.
amazing rapper. He's just a really good. He's a really high skilled rapper, but he's not on. He will to me. He will never be on the list of amazing rappers. I thought he was going to be because, like you said, some of his concepts are really dope. But when it comes down to just rapping, he just sounds like every other rapper at that point.
Yeah,
Every other good rapper. Let me say that.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was like,
down.
because there's some trash niggas out here. He definitely ain't.
Jordan Lucas he's yams to me. You know what I'm saying? He's that side dish. You know what I mean? You get it every couple times a year, and it's dope. But if you had to depend on that every week, you'd be pretty fucking sick of it. So that's Jordan Lucas when it comes to me.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite songs he ever did was a suicide song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jones powerful.
And that's what I meant when I said that outside of his unusual concepts, I think he failed on that other concept song he did when it came to
the race joint.
Yes, I think that was a great attempt, but it was in my opinion, it was a fail in the end. But outside of that, do I yearn to go listen to a Jordan Lucas album? Not really. So yeah, you have to let me know the song that he dropped though, so I can go back and check it though.
Yeah, when we wrap up the show, I'll show you the visual. The video is hilarious. The video got a lot of folks in there. Mark Wahlberg is in there. George Lopez. Oh my God, George Lopez, funny as hell, yo. Diddy is in it as well.
Video funny as shit.
Yeah, the video's hilarious. It makes you like the song more. Like if you heard the song by itself, it's just the okay joiner joint. It's like it's not no wow factor to it, but the video makes you appreciate the song though.
Yeah,
that's
like the Will Smith joint.
That's the part I hate. Yeah, that Will Smith joint was nice. That's the part I hate about it. When you can just say what you just said, like the song was just okay, but this was this. Like you gotta. At this point, we know that you were extra type of dude. You know what I mean? So if you don't come with some lyrics that's going to back up that extra type of creativity, you just fall in a certain type of category for me. And I don't know about everybody else that's out there listening, but for me, that's how it is.
Yeah, I feel you.
All right, Sherm, what else?
So I wanted to recap on J. Cole. First and foremost, in his Rwandan basketball debut, he put out a tweet which I feel affirms my accusations from last week that the off season is just a precursor to the fall off. And in the tweet, he says, he thanks the Rwandan team for allowing him to be a part of it. And he's like, the off season just means keep pushing. And to me, what that says, because he could have said the off season is when you do your best work, or he could have said something to make the people reading that feel like, okay, the off season he feels he feels that this is his best work. But he's saying it means to keep pushing, to keep trying hard. So I really feel like this is saying, especially with him talking about momentum in the documentary, the preceding the album, that if you don't put anything out, you can tend to lose momentum. So I feel like he just reaffirmed what I was saying. But on the other side of that, and this is how I'm gonna pass it over to Cash. Oh well, no, not on. This will be the first thing, and then I'm gonna pass it on to you after this.
Okay.
So I feel like J. Cole plays basketball like he needs to make more rap albums. It was so just like it just looked like open gym. Like he was not impressive. He threw up an air ball. He blocked a shot. That's pretty much the brunt of his highlight for that game. And the way that, and I'm not hating, it's great that he was able to accomplish his dream. That is awesome, because I'm sure I will never be seen playing in Rwanda professionally. So, props to him for that. But other than that, this
is my disappointed face.
Bruh, it's like Stan said earlier, it's like watching Mike play baseball, man. It's like, all right, this is cool. If you do this one thing at such a high skill level, like just keep doing that thing. But I'm not J. Cole, I'm not his brain, I'm not his wallet, I'm not his wife, I'm not nobody. That's just my 2 cents, man.
I'm disappointed. I had this discussion in my sports group. Did y'all really think he was gonna come out there at 36 or 37 and be Kobe fucking Bryant his first day? Like he was 1 for 3 for 3 points, 3 boards, I think a rebound or 2 rebounds or something like that. It wasn't, and in 12 minutes, it's not like he was out there the whole game. If it came out there and jacked up like 20 shots and had 3 points, I'd have been like, yeah, son, go ahead, go back in the booth. But come on, bro. It's like we was asking too much from somebody who we saw hit a couple jump shots.
I wasn't asking shit. I want to hear him rap. Like he got sized off that dunk attempt. Remember the All-Star game when he got the dunk attempt? And everybody was like, "Oh, J. Cole should try out for the league." Nah,
I mean, technically, he did it. I mean, it's not the NBA, but he's with the professional team. So,
bro, let's keep it a hundo. Let's keep it a hundo. Let's stop playing with the world here. We all know good and mother effing well that the Rwandan professional basketball team, if they came over here and played the NBA, they would look like duck sauce, man.
Of course they would.
Come on, man. You talking like Cole over there playing real. That shit look like pickup ball, man.
It's still a professional league, bro. I can't knock the brother for being out there doing something that he always wanted to do at that age.
I'm saying that's cool. That's cool.
Still contributing and doing
have fun.
I just don't think that we should expect doubles and the next Russell Westbrook out of J. Cole. Like he's a spitter, he ain't a shooter for real. Like that's just how I saw it.
I just wanted him to get in the booth and shoot more 16s of fucking raps, man.
Hey, listen, I can't knock that either. Once you've done something successfully once you've done something at a high level for a long period of time, you start looking at other things you can do. Substantial, I'm sure you can attest to this. You were sitting at one point just doing straight rhyming, you know what I mean? Then you got into the production side of it, you know what I mean? And then other facets of
but you see what he did?
Things like that.
You see what he did? He took another lane within the lane system which he was already traveling in.
But
he didn't say, you know what, I'm gonna take this time out and I think I'm gonna pursue my football dreams and I'm gonna go over to Mexico and I'm gonna play professional football in Mexico.
But if he wanted if you wanted to line up and play professional football after dropping album after album and doing what he was doing, I can't knock the brother for doing it. I'd be like, hey, man, if that's something you really want to do, go ahead and do that.
I can't knock him, but I sure can clown him the same way I'm doing. That shit is jokes, man. That shit is jokes. That nigga need to get in the booth, man.
I don't think. Now, what you do is you clown people who say, I'm going to take this to, case in point, we had some months back, we talked about boxing and how Lamar Odom is jumping in the ring at his age. You know what I mean? But he's not going and saying, yeah, I'm going to go fight Tyson Fury. No, he's taking a exhibition match. He getting in the ring and raising a little bit of money. Now, if he would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fight Deontay Wilder next month, I'm gonna be like, yeah, test his blood for coke again, because ain't no way he should be even thinking to do something like that. So I can't knock people for saying I want to try something different outside my lane. You know what I mean? And pursuing that. I can't really knock them. I just don't expect much from them when they do it, because everything should be taken serious. You know what I mean? If you're an MC and you're taking that serious and you've accomplished a lot, you can't just say, yeah, because I spit and because I can hit a 3-pointer, I'm ready to get signed by Toronto Raptors. No. You know what I mean? Everything that he leaves, you got to take him serious. You just do. He's still shaking his head. I'm disappointed.
Hey, yeah. J. Cole, have fun.
Yeah, man.
I would say, yeah, it's one of those things. Like I watched clips from I think at least three of the games he played in.
Right.
Yeah, it was disappointing. But I mean, I didn't have any real expectations going in.
And that's the bad part about it. Neither one of us had expectations, and he still managed to fall short of having no expectations.
Yeah, I mean, but like I guess for me, I chalked it up less on like who am I to number one to speak on this man's skill, right? Like I didn't play at a Division I school, right? You know what I mean? That's number one. He did.
Nobody drafted you straight out of Suitland High. No.
Yeah, no one drafted. You know what I mean? Like I don't have that skill set. You know what I mean? And just because I watch it a lot, don't mean I'm the kind of the guy that has the most informed opinion on it. Because I definitely don't watch it a lot. You know what I mean? Hell, I'm the dude. I don't even watch full games no more. I'm the dude that watches the YouTube 10-minute breakdown of the game. Hey, yo, I love them shits. Those are the best. I was like, man, this is the best use of my time, so I can keep up with the games. This shit is awesome. But yeah, man, I will say this: the way I look at it, while we know that those teams wouldn't come over here and really give any real competition to any of our pro teams, we also know that those same teams would go in and wipe up the floor with most of the niggas who we think can play basketball. You know what I'm saying? So,
let's go get a 5 right now and be like, let's go run them Rwandans.
Man, we 42, man.
You see how they beat this shit.
If you'd have caught me in my 20s or 30s, I'd have said, let's do it.
Go.
Caught me in my 20s and 30s. You know good and well, man. I gotta man, come on, bro.
Here we go.
Come on, bro. I just win. All I do is win, man. Every sport I played, I just win stuff, man. So if you would, like I said, call me in my 20s and 30s, how much is the plane ticket to Rwanda? Is what my answer would be.
Oh man.
But yeah, like I said, man, I don't want to take nothing away from the brother. This is all in just, like I said, it's real dope to be able to chase your dream and actually accomplish that shit. I'm just being a selfish ass fan. Hey, you rap. I just want to hear you rap.
But keep it a bang. Because it's J. Cole, you were interested in seeing it.
Oh yeah.
No.
And I think
I wasn't.
For me, you weren't tuning into no Rwanda basketball, never in your life. Before you know it's J. Cole.
I had to have an opinion. I just had to have an opinion. I had to have an educated opinion about it. I couldn't just speak on something that I hadn't looked at.
Right, but
I didn't like. I told you. After he caught that little fake, after he caught the missed dunk in the All-Star game, and everybody was gassing him, I was just like, "Oh man, I hope this never happens." That's how I was feeling. And like I said, man, I hate to keep saying this, but I'm not saying that I'm nobody. Like J. Cole has more everything than me. This is just me from a fan's perspective, wanting to hear more music from one of my favorite artists. It's just bullshit, man. But it's cool.
Yeah, it's I get the Jordan and baseball comparison. You know what I mean? He had already had a 3-peat, was top of the league, top of the game, and a whole bunch of stuff was going on. He wanted to try something he always wanted to try. He has that liberty to do it. You know what I mean? And because it's Michael Jordan, we paid attention to some stuff we never really paid attention to before because it's him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't good at it at all. You know what I mean? And he ultimately went back to his passion.
He was all right.
You can't really knock him for trying it. I don't ever want to knock anybody for trying their passion. That's how I feel.
But yeah, man. So let's go ahead and keep it pressing forward. I definitely am waiting to hear about one specific topic that you got to talk about, because I definitely am ready to chime in. So I'm gonna pass it on to you for the sports update.
Yes, sir. So the NBA is in full effect with the playoffs right now. Did y'all check any of the I know, Stan, you ain't check shit. But did you check any?
I did. Did you not just hear me say?
I
go to YouTube. They got all of the major. What they do is all of the shots, all of the major turnovers, all of that stuff is condensed into 10 minutes. So they do a great job of giving you all the key things that you need to know that happened in the game in 10 minutes, as opposed to 3 hours. So that's how I get all of my. All up to date with the games, and then I don't watch full games until the final.
Listen, from you,
that's how I do, son.
You on NBA Light right now?
Yeah.
But for you, I appreciate. Thank you, my brother, for at least doing that. I love it. Keep it up. Pat yourself on the back. Hey, turn the colors on in the background.
Oh, hold on. So what colors you want, Cash?
Like fireworks.
That's for your heat right there. You know what I'm saying? That's for you, Cash. You know what I'm saying? Back to blue. There we go.
So listen, this year, the NBA tried something which was a carryover from last year's COVID playoffs, and that was the play-in tournament, which saw the 9 and the 8 team, the number 9 team in both conferences, and the number 10 team play each other first. The 7 and the 8 team at the end of the season, they played each other. The winner of the 7 and 8 automatically got the number 7. The loser of the 8 played the winner of the 9-10. And yeah, it became one big tournament bracket and everything, which was pretty successful, I gotta say. What we saw was Golden State was eliminated by Memphis because Draymond Green is ass. I don't care what nobody tells you. Now, yeah, don't make that face. Don't make that face. The Bama was averaging 0.5 points a quarter against the Lakers, and he had Steph out there by himself, like running for his life, bro.
Draymond is not ass, man. Draymond is on the down. Like, these dudes are getting old, man.
Nah, ain't no old too. In a game that you know that you need your best player needs help scoring, and you only get 2 points for the whole game.
First of all, the fact that he has to rely on Draymond Green. Draymond Green is nobody's best player, brother. He's nobody's best player. But the fact that he has to be in that position, he was forced there. Draymond is not he's not the best anything. He is one of those intangibles. He's the team leader. He plays great. He plays pretty good defense, and he does a lot of he fills a lot of gaps in transition and things like that in defensive transition and sometimes offensive transition. No. So he's not a scoring machine. He's just that he's just a good player. So he's been forced into a position.
You're making $100 million. Dog, you're making $100 million, dog. You are one of the faces of your franchise. You got to give up more than 2 points. 2 points, dog. 2 points for the whole. And he was like 0 for 5. His only 2 points came at the free throw line.
I mean, that shit is over.
In a game that you lost by like
the Warriors are done, bro. The Warriors are done.
No, the Warriors aren't done. When Klay Thompson returns and Wiseman is healthy, oh yeah, because you can't just they ran 2 or 3 people at Steph at all times, which means Draymond was open for most of the game. He gets no excuse. You are in the NBA. You're talking about Rwanda basketball. You in the NBA, bro, and you got this man out there facing 2 double and triple teams, and you can only come up with 2 points for the whole game
because Draymond is not organization
money back, bro. You need to go back to them and be like, yeah, this check you just cut me, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all half of that back because I'm playing like a half-ass player. Right
when you ever, let me ask you this: when you ever seen Draymond Green create his own shot? Like when they were all together, when it was the big three, when Steph, and
he used to average more.
And yeah, no, but listen to what I'm saying. When all 3 of them together, when did you see him create his own shot?
He used to average more. He used to create his own shot back when they was healthy. Back when
most of his points were in transition, and a lot of them were okay.
Nah, it was back when Andrew. Nah, because they used to run Klay and Steph off screens, which meant that Draymond was open at the top of the key a lot, and that's where a lot of his points came from. He used to hit that shot.
Bro, he didn't like. That's what I said. They were transitional buckets. They were not created. He wasn't shaking nobody. They weren't running no ISOs through Draymond. So the reason why he was scoring at the clip that he was scoring is because they had a well-oiled machine going on, and he was able to fit that pocket and score because there was so much attention on Klay and Steph. Now Steph is gone. I mean, Klay is gone, and Steph and Draymond both tired of shit because they've had to hold that team together since Klay has been gone. And Draymond has been put in a position that he's not supposed to be in. People think he's a scorer. He is not.
I'm not saying he's a scorer. I'm saying for $100 million, you're supposed to give up more than 2 points. That's all I'm saying. He gave up 2 points against the Lakers. He gave 2 points against the Lakers, and then against Memphis in a closeout game, he had 4 points going into the fourth quarter. Come on, man.
For $100 million, you're supposed to do whatever you're getting paid to do, and he's never been paid to set up his own shots. He's never been paid to score at large clips, bro.
You keep saying setting up your own shot. I'm not asking him to set up his own shot. I'm saying when you open, you take the shot and you make it. Yo, he bricked a layup. He bricked a layup at the end of regulation where he was so wide open that they memed him 20 minutes later. It was a meme flying around Twitter of Draymond being wide open.
Let me ask you something.
A layup. And you make $100 million.
Let me ask you something.
So okay. So you're not impressed with hold on. You're not impressed with J. Cole playing in Rwanda, but a man that makes $100 million in the NBA, $100 million, and you missing layups, bro. You got 4 points going into the fourth quarter. You know what that
ask you something?
Is, right?
Can I ask you something now?
Go ahead, bro.
When there's a part, like say there's a pipe clogged on a car. The car, everything else could be working at tip-top condition. If there's a pipe clogged on the car, is the car going to work at full efficiency, at maximum efficiency?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So this team has been operating with clogged pipes since Clay has been hurt. So to like I said, Draymond is not getting $100 million to score. The team is fucked up. This shit is over. It's over. Like people talking about when Clay get back. Come on, dog. Clay got injured as soon as he came back. Clay is a liability at this point. So when Clay comes back, it's not going to be the rebirth of Slick, man. We're not going to get the same Warriors back. So
you don't need the same Warriors.
And Steph are tired. And Clay is out of sync.
I refuse to bail him out. Talking about he tired.
I haven't given a bailout at all.
You just said he tired. You said he's tired.
That's not a bailout. That's just
the clogged exhaust. He's the clogged pipe on the exhaust. Dog,
I didn't say that's what he was. I'm saying that machine, because of the fact that they don't have the pieces and parts together like they had, like Voltron is fucked up.
You know
Voltron ain't got a whole leg right now, dog.
You know why they don't have the pieces and the parts right now? Because we're gonna keep it 100. Reason why they don't have the pieces and the parts because you're paying them.
Not there.
You're paying a man $100 million and he only giving you 2 points.
All right.
How can you not? If the three of us right now are getting $100 million, right, and then Stan say I'm sick with the flu for a week, something like that. You know what I'm saying? We got to pick up the slack. Now, if I come out here and I give you half effort or I give you less than the effort, I'm not making my money. You know what I'm saying? So this is what Draymond Green is right now. You wide open and you missing layups, bro. Come on, for $100 million, and you were supposed to be a so-called superstar, the guy that ran Kevin Durant out of Golden State. The reason why he's in Brooklyn right now is because of this guy. You ran a guy out there who's a league scorer, and you giving them only 2 points for a whole game in a game against the Lakers. Come on. He's taking money at this point. And again, I can send you the meme that as soon as he missed that layup, they was memeing him all over because he's taking money right now. And for somebody that make $100 million and somebody used to average more, and you can't even pull up and hit a decent jump shot, he didn't even hit the backboard on a layup, bro. Stop it. Like, stop. No more excuses for Draymond, dog. No more. Look at his face.
I said you got it. Like I'm done, man. I've made my point.
All right, moving on.
Else to say.
Moving on. So Draymond and the Warriors are out. Memphis has moved on to play the number 1 seed in the West. Utah series is probably going to be a sweep. The Lakers, they played their first game today against Phoenix, and LeBron flopped and flailed so much you would think that he was auditioning for the Oscars on site. I'm getting sick of it.
That dude is so funny.
I'm getting sick of it, man. Yeah, I mean, it's a team game, and everyone needs to chip in. Exactly, Johnny. Especially when you know that this is what's needed of you. You can't just say, "Well, this is not who I am." This is who you need to be in order to win. But anyway, we're gonna move on from that. So on the east side, my Miami Heat lost the first game to Milwaukee. How you feel about that series? Because I know you've been watching them a little bit more.
You said the Milwaukee and who?
And Miami.
Oh, Miami is looking a lot better than I thought they were. Miami is looking good even without
Oladipo.
No, not Oladipo. When Butler was out, that game that they had to play without Butler. But they're looking good even without Oladipo. I'm impressed.
They went into overtime, and the thing that I feel like with that team is that they took a team on the road to overtime when Jimmy didn't have his best game. Bam Adebayo didn't have his best. You know what I mean? So, and then they beat him last year. So if I'm Milwaukee, I'm a little bit, and I'm a part of this is my bias because I'm a Miami Heat fan. But if I'm this says no such thing as a good loss. That's one of those things where I feel like it is a such thing as a good loss. You made them work for everything, and they barely beat you on the last second shot at home. You know what I mean? In game one. So they're starting to look better. If they can steal game two, I think they can actually win that series. Brooklyn started off slow against the Celtics. They came back and they turned it up in the third quarter, and they just look unstoppable, man. They look freaking ridiculous, man. It's going to be hard.
It makes me just not care about Brooklyn, man. It's something about that combination that's just so perfect that I don't know, man. I haven't watched the Brooklyn game yet.
Oh wow!
And I know they're amazing. It's just something like it just doesn't seem like they can be challenged. So it's like I don't need to watch a game. Like it's like to me, I would feel like it's like watching Superman fight Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
like it's going to be a good fight, but you know what's going to happen at the end. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a series too that I think is going to be a sweep. But in other news,
can I jump in real quick?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, I'm such a nerd because when he was like Superman to Tyson, and he was like, "It's gonna be a good fight," and I'm like, "No, man, nigga laser eye this nigga through the head. I mean, it ain't gonna be no fight." The only reason why they would like there'd be a punch thrown is because Superman wouldn't kill the nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's not who he is. But if he was like Homeboy, if he was like Homelander from The Boys, that nigga just laser beam him through the head. And then and wipe his cape off and shit. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, little brain, and then leave. That was the nerd in me processing there. I ain't hear shit after he said Superman to Tyson.
It's like I got what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, son. Hey, but in shocking, Dallas Mavericks actually came into the Clippers when they went into LA and they beat that team in game one. Playoff piece showed up as usual. You know what? The thing that disappoints me is that team. They said that, you know, most people try to say that it was Doc Rivers, who's no longer there. He's now with Philadelphia, who happens to be the number one team in the East. They thought it was Doc Rivers in the playoffs that caused them to not make it to the finals. But I just don't think those players want it, man. I really do not think the Clippers players want it, because when it comes time to step up and play some actual basketball, I believe they think the name on their back is going to be enough for them to beat teams, and other teams won't jump out there and punch them in the mouth and keep punching them in the mouth until the game is over. So I wouldn't be surprised if Dallas pulls off that first round upset, and once they do, that's going to be the end of it all for the Clippers. So that's that. In the NBA, it's still going on. Hawks are playing the Knicks right now, who are competing in the second quarter. And then we had a late game tonight, Utah versus Memphis, which I probably won't watch because I don't care. In other basketball news, and we're going to try to make this as quick as possible, Kwame Brown is firing shots at everybody that's ever had anything to say.
That man got a fully loaded Uzi with extra cartridges with his eyes closed.
Yeah. How y'all feel about it? I mean, let me.
Me.
Let me get your perspective on it, because I feel two ways. And I'll explain it. But how you feel about it, Sherm?
Man, I feel like this is the fuckery of the century. This nigga is clout chasing. Kwame Brown, you ain't heard this nigga fought in the past 15 years or 40 years that he ain't been in the NBA. Nobody even knows when he retired. Don't nobody care about this dude. He took the opportunity to, these dudes said his name. My thing is, I done heard people say that they on his side. I don't understand why, because when they were talking about him, it's like, where were the lies? They weren't lying about the dude. They weren't poking any more fun at him. than was already poked at him. Like, bruh, you saw how you played. You saw your performance. If I was Kwame and I sat and watched myself play, I'd be like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe this is the showing that I gave up, and this shit is immortalized on TV. Like, you can't be butthurt about some shit that you did. If you smoked the crack and a nigga say you a fucking crackhead, you can't punch a nigga in the mouth for telling you a goddamn crackhead, man. This nigga is flailing his arms like a damn man. He just butthurt, man. It's a bad, to me. It's a bad look.
Stan, have you caught up on it? Have you seen any of it, man?
So look, so what I told Sherm off camera, I was like, man, look, I keep seeing homeboy name pop up everywhere. And like, it reminds me of the Jaguar Wright thing, right? Where it's like, I feel like that in order for me to fully grasp all of what that's being talked about, it's going to require way too much of my time. And like, and it's just like, and it's really one of them things. It's like, I basically had one of those "do I really care" moments, you know what I mean? And I opted out. I was like, yeah, I don't think I care. But I mean, he there's clearly a lot of people out here who are entertained by what he's saying. And I'm seeing reaction videos pop up on my timeline like every few, like literally several times a day. You know what I mean?
See this? That's my disappointment face. That's my. And that's where you just segue right into what I was thinking. I'm disappointed at us as a people who are too entertained by this drama. You know what I mean? For 20 years, people have been saying the same thing about this brother, man. And not his personal life. Everybody's like, yeah, Kwame was a bust. Now, us being local, you know, Washingtonians, whatever you want to call it, DMV habitants, we saw firsthand what he was when he was with the Wizards. Kwame was a bust, and I wish the brother well. I hope that he's doing well and successful, but right now I think that he's milking it, and if he spends all this energy firing back at everybody who said he was a bust, then he's going to be every day making a video. You know, because at the end of the day, it's hard to navigate past that thought that you were a bust. Now, I got into, of course, in my sports group, we had the conversation. Some of them thought that it was funny. Some of them thought that, he's spitting the truth and everything. You know what I mean? I think there's some deeper issues that we feel about each other that I think kind of came to the surface as well, which I don't like to even bring up, because it's surrounded by ignorance that's passed down to us from a different culture. We'll just say that. You know what I mean? But all the Becky with the good hair, and you light skin this and you light skin that, and you letting this white person do this and white person do that. Bro, that ain't got nothing to do with the fact that for 20 years, people have been saying that you were a bust. You know, and one of the points that came up in my sports group is how, they posted his quotes, and he was talking about how he was 18 and he wished he had a father that was around that would have helped him or came to bat for him. His latest video, he was praising LeVar Ball because LeVar Ball goes to bat for his sons and how he didn't have anybody to go to bat for him. And it made me think this. He's not the first 18-year-old that's been drafted out of high school. Okay? Some of your biggest names, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Amari Stoudemire,
then what you call him, LeBron come from high school?
LeBron James, all came out of high school.
Yeah, some of the biggest names to ever play the game.
Garnett, all came out of high school, 18 in the league. Nobody was soft on them then. The difference between them and Kwame is that they actually could play. And that's pretty much it. Like, your best names have come out of high school. You happen to be the picture perfect example of why it ain't for everybody. And that's why I'm like, dog, just let it go. It's been 20 years, dog. Let it go. Drafted out of high school ain't for everybody. Not everybody's mentally prepared for it. Not everybody has the type of backing, the type of people in their corner that's going to help them out.
So you remember Daryl Dawkins?
Yeah.
He came straight out of high school, and he ain't do too much.
Sebastian Telfair. He
Yep.
was so highly rated in New York, and then when he got into the league, he was a straight dud. And nobody will sit there and be like, well, yeah, Sebastian Telfair, you know what I mean? He was a bust, but we're gonna feel sorry. No, brother, listen, it's a dog eat dog world out here, and it ain't for everybody.
The only thing to save Sebastian Telfair is that at the end of his career, he actually was a serviceable
role player.
Serviceable role player.
Serviceable role
That's
player.
what saved his reputation.
Exactly.
Arnie ain't had that.
Exactly.
Arnie spent the end of his career on benches.
Exactly. And that's why I'm like, at now, the first one guy, I forget, Kyle. His name is Kyle in my sports group. If he's watching, he's probably not. But Kyle said the first time he posted, it was funny. The second time, it was quite chuckle. But now, it's tired.
It's cringeworthy, man.
Yeah, it's tiring. So, I wish the brother the best and what he's doing. I know he's trying to build a platform, but at this point, now that you got people watching you, you can't keep repeating and recycling the same lines.
Yeah,
it's time to move on from it. It's time to move on from firing shots at everybody.
Subject on everybody.
Yeah, because if everybody's saying the same thing about you, then brother, maybe it's you. Point blank. Period. Maybe it's some validity to it. Maybe you just weren't that good, and everybody has they have the opinion to actually say that. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, they got a platform for it. That's what they do. So, like, how you gonna get mad at somebody for doing their job? Like,
exactly. So that's sports for today. Thank you all. Substantial, what you got, my brother?
Yeah, man. So, I was super excited when I first saw the trailer for the new season of Shy. Shy is hands down one of my favorite shows on TV, dealing with that type of subject matter, just talking about urban communities and just covering the stories of the Black experience in these communities and really diving deeper into it. Mm-hmm. I think the Shy does a great job at giving probably one of the more like a fuller picture, you know what I mean, of what a community is like. Because they could have easily did a show about Chicago and just focused on the murder rate, right? And just talked about that. But like, man, they give, I'm not saying it's definitely not The Wire, right? Like in terms of like, the level of writing and everything that was poured into it. But the reason why I think it's an excellent show is because, man, they cover so much. They cover the politics of the city, like the corruptness of like the things that are happening behind the scenes of local politics, covering like the young people, their relationships, you know what I mean, like the brotherhood amongst friends, their relationships in terms of how they like deal with courting young ladies, all of these different things, man. It just gives you so much. Last season was, go ahead.
Isn't this season supposed to be like the community and the cops, the relations between the community and the cops?
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, man, I'll go ahead and dive into it. Who was it? Sherm, I got you. I saw your note. Yeah, so I'm make sure I keep my joint brief so we can jump into that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I ain't forget about you, B. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, man, yeah, so this season, just a real quick recap of last season. One of the major stories, a lot happened last season. I ain't gonna jump into everything, but I will touch on one of the main points from last season, and that's Kevin's sister being kidnapped and sexually abused and stuff like that. Oh, and man. So coming into this season, like she was impregnated by the person, by her abuser. And so, so now part of what they're dealing with this season is she doesn't feel right getting an abortion. So she's decided to have the baby, but she wants to put it up for adoption. And so, like, basically this premiere episode dealt a bit with that. Say again.
That's deep.
Yeah, man, super heavy. Yeah, it was super heavy, man. And what was even powerful, even more powerful about the episode is her basically saying, acknowledging the fact that like, yo, she wants the child to have things that she didn't have. Like, so she didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. So like she noticed the couple that she met with was having relationship problems and stuff like that, and was getting a bad feeling. And come to find out, that couple they're actually on the verge of divorce, but the husband was trying to play along so that he could help the wife fulfill something that she wanted to have, which is a child, because she's not able to actually physically have one. So like, yo, that I mean, that storyline isn't even the main storyline of the episode, but that, what I'm saying is how deep they were able to dive into that particular thing, and with not even giving you maybe more than like 15 minutes of screen time talking about that. And that's what makes the show really great. They really give you a lot of depth, even with like some of the funnier things that's happening. So one of my favorite, I was telling Sherm, yo, the
little chubby boy.
Say
the little chubby kid.
Oh man, listen. Hey, so look, he got my name. He my namesake, man. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at him already. He's definitely one of my favorite characters on the show. But the funny, oh my God, yo, Emmett's dad. If you watch the show, y'all know that Emmett is played by the young dude. I forget his first name, but his last name is Lattimore, who's also a singer and stuff like that. We've seen him in other Rise. Yeah, and so
Climb. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So dude, like his character, he's super paranoid right now, right? Emmett's super paranoid right now because Dom, which is played by Lala, and his fiance are cool, but he had an affair with Dom. So like he's super paranoid about that already. But these Bammers went through a monkey wrench into the whole joint coming in, because now Dom is literally dating his father. His father's a hot mess, but one of my favorite characters on the show. But what made the joint like, yes, hey, bro. Yes, it's a mess, man. It's a mess, and I love it.
You might have to break it down for him again, man.
All right, so let me say that again. So Dom, who's played by Lala, right? He had Emmett's character had an affair with her, right? And like now Dom and his fiance are friends. Like they're cool, they're tight, they're starting to work together, and they're plotting on doing these edibles and stuff going forward. So they're getting closer and closer. So he's super paranoid about that. But to make it even more messy, even like before we bring his pops back into it, what makes it even more messy is this dude proposed at his place of business, where Dom is there when he proposes to his lady, like fresh off of them having their affair. So, I mean, he already messy, but to make matters even messier, like, yo, his Dom is now dating his father. And so Dom comes to me up. Yeah, so Dom, the woman he had an affair with, is now dating his dad. And she just came out to his dad and was like, yeah, I fucked your son. You know what I mean? Just figure I just let you know. You know what I'm saying? She just said it. Hey, I fucked your son. I just, you know what I mean? No secrets. I just wanted to let you know. You know what I mean? And so, yo, you ready for this, Cash? Yeah. Hey, the best line in the history of this show. This dude, yo, his dad is the best. His dad looks at it and was like, Dix ain't got no rear view marriage.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God, yo. Hey, no. Rodriguez, welcome. I'm sorry you had to walk into that, but yo, listen, that might be. Hey, bro. Me and Cheryl paused the episode and had to have conversation because I was just like, "Hey, young, that might be the greatest line the writing staff ever wrote." Like that was hilarious, dog. Hilarious, man. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you off camera some stuff Cheryl said about what, it's hilarious. But anyway, the episode was amazing. But at the core, the most of the episode, or a lot of the episode, what they really dove into was police brutality. The character Kevin and Jake, the three boys who hang with each other, Kevin, Jake, Stanley. They basically Kevin and Jake were on their way to a basketball game and bump into a guy from the neighborhood that Jake don't get along with. And so there were words, blah, 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 quick exchange. Some cops notice Jake and Kevin try to roll out. The cops basically go to address him, ask for ID. Jake wasn't having it, wasn't trying to give him the ID. And so, the cop just goes in, like really doing the most, and hurt Jake pretty bad, put him in the hospital. So, of course, the brother, his name escapes me now, but the man who had custody of him when he wasn't staying with his brother temporarily, because he's connected with the city, the brother was like, "Hey man, you the man, you need to do something." And so they find the cop's info. He gets some info on the cop, and toward the end of the episode, we don't give spoiler heads up. If you see the name in the title of the video and you click on the video, you get what the hell you get. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, toward the end of the joint, you see the cop, catch a beat down while he's like jogging or whatever. And so, and it's crazy because, there's a lot that we see that deals with this whole police brutality thing and our relationship with, and when I say I'm talking about the Black community, our relationship with police. But like the one thing that I don't see get addressed a lot is like, if people are constantly not given justice when these things happen, what do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, it's a cause.
You know what I mean? Yeah, like when people don't get justice one way, they're gonna find another way. Yep. And that the system is aware of it because they start trying to in certain instances, if the cops' information is already publicly available, they try to hide that information for as long as they can. Mm-hmm. They hide body cam footage, all of these different things, try to repress this information for as long as they can to avoid public uproar. But at some point, you have to acknowledge that, look, if you do not give people the justice they seek when they've been done wrong, you cannot be surprised by them finding another way to get justice. Yeah. And I ain't talking about rioting. I'm talking about them starting to go for these officers directly, their families, other potential officers. We seen that happen in New York where some person rolled up on two officers, shot a dude in the head. These type of situations are very much a reality of how the system has been operating. And if people felt like they were going to get real justice, a lot of times you wouldn't have people trying to do the vigilante thing or go on a different route. If they knew that the system was going to do what the system is. I don't want to say what it's designed to do because it's clearly not designed to serve us. So, but yeah, man. So again, The Chi season 4, highly recommend everybody check it out. If you have not seen the show at all, I'm sad for you, just a smidge, a lot actually. You need to watch that shit. It's dope.
No, I haven't seen much of it since the guy who played Eazy, he was off the show. But I used to watch the first 2 seasons.
Oh yeah, that shit was messy as fuck. That whole situation with him. And it's super disappointing because I was really excited for him as an actor. Bruh. And just to find out what his behavior was, man, and what his, and how he had a reputation for being this dude.
Yeah, he's a fucking creep.
Yeah, and so just really pissed his career away, man, because he's a great actor.
He is, and him being on that show was going to be a really good look, bro. Really good look, because the first season, the first season storyline period is deep.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really good.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cash. My bad.
No, go ahead. I haven't picked it up since season 2.
Okay.
So I got to catch up on 3, and then 4.
They do a great job, man. I was really worried when they pulled them off the show. I wholeheartedly agree with their decision to take him off the show. But I was concerned. I definitely was concerned about like how they were going to be able to keep it going. Mm-hmm. And let me just say, I don't know how the public feels, but I know how I feel. The show has I don't even miss his character.
Wow, that's
how well they've done. Like, shout out to the writers. The writers have done an excellent job. They addressed it and then they kept it moving. You know, like it's unfortunate because the characters around him didn't really get their just due. That's probably my only critique of that. But I think they handled it to the best of their ability. You know what I mean?
No,
and I think the writers for Black Panther 2, you know, like shout out to Ryan Coogler. Like, you know, when you think about the situation that Ryan Coogler's in, like with Black Panther, like, yo, the Shy is actually, I mean, it's not a fair comparison, but they're a good example of how you transition in that situation. And I think, you know, there's something to be said about how Black Panther made it about more than just T'Challa's character. It's really about Wakanda in general, and T'Challa's like a key figure in that. But there's so much great supporting cast around that he has a lot to pull from, that I think that he can still pull a great movie out of that, even in his absence.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm anxious to see it.
Yeah, that's a whole episode, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say you open up a whole other question. But yeah, we'll talk about that later.
But Sherm, so Army of the Dead, I started it, but
I started and fell asleep on that shit.
Man, I didn't fall asleep. I have a home that like has no one in here who watches anything horror related, and including the other adult here. So
on the sneak.
Yeah, I gotta watch it while I'm like washing dishes, cooking dinner, or like 3 o'clock in the morning when everybody sleeps. So yeah, so I ain't get to it yet. But Sherm, what's your review?
So I did fall asleep on it a couple times, and it is because it is. I mean, I was watching it late. That's more so what it was, because I finished it earlier today. Didn't fall asleep not one time, but I thought, as far as zombie flicks goes, to me it's another classic. Apparently, Stan was informing me that this is Zack Snyder's wheelhouse. I didn't realize that he was involved with what was that movie called again?
I think it was the remake of Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead, yeah, with Ving Rhames.
Yeah, it had that feel to it.
It was corny. The storyline it was great, because like they incorporated like the way that they have evolved zombies is so dope. Like, you had two different types of zombies in this joint. You had zombie animals, and then you even had the start of a zombie family. It was a very good movie. Like, it's a zombie movie, so don't go in expecting the greatest writing ever, because that's not what zombie movies are all about. It's a lot of shit that you're going to see that's like, oh, why are they doing that? That's the dumbest decision you can make. Why is this happening? Because that's how zombie movies work. Somebody's got to get torn apart. And in this particular movie, everybody gets torn apart. So you have to put people in position to be available to be torn apart. So that doesn't allow for just impeccable writing and storyline. It's gotta be janky. And it was perfectly janky, just like Dawn of the Dead. Like, it was very well done, man. I like the fact that they were, I like all the sub stories, from the zombies being pissed about the deal break, and the deal. Like, it's so much really cool shit that goes on in this movie, man. It's a good one. It's a good one. I was scared about it being 2.5 hours, but once I got into it,
it's 2.5 hours.
Through,
It's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, Yep.
Ouch.
It's worth it.
I mean, it's Zack Snyder, yo. Like, most of his films are epic in length. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out to the DMV's own Dave Bautista. You know what I mean?
My bad. Oh, I didn't know that.
He's from the DMV.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, he was in these streets, bro. You look up his backstory. He was out here. You know what I mean? He was in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
He looked like somebody I probably would have saw at the gym at one point.
Right.
Had to stand to him like this.
Probably not run and shoot.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You ain't nothing. But anyway, I didn't know he's from DMV though.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend this to any zombie movie lover, because it's and the visuals are just, I mean, it's Zack Snyder, so the visuals are super dope.
I'll give it a try. I don't really expect much out of zombie, especially that, because when I first turned it on, it was Dawn of the Dead-ish. You know what I mean? And I was like, I feel like I've seen this before, and I dozed off. So
no, this is different. This is
Mhm.
like it's in the vein, but this shit is different, man. Like he really put a nice spin on zombie movies with this joint.
Okay, the whole angle of Vegas, I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
Man.
All right.
Yeah. Other dope stuff to check out real quick. I did finish watching the season of what's that? What's it? Love Robots. I'm messing up the name. But
that joint. Hey, have you been watching this other joint on Netflix? This superhero series.
Oh, you're talking about Jupiter's.
Yeah.
I forget what the name is, but yeah, it's okay. I don't love it, you know what I mean? But it's not
real CW like.
Yes, but like more violent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Like the story, like the feel of the show is like, oh
Jupiter's
man,
Legacy,
CW.
Mm-hmm.
I think Netflix is dying off. At least for me, in my opinion. Yeah, bro. I'm slow. I'm not like doing away with it right now, but I find myself gradually watching more Amazon Prime and more HBO, especially with the movie releases now coming to HBO Max.
Yeah.
Like I watch that way more than I do Netflix. You know what I mean? And Amazon Prime got a lot of new stuff coming out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
One show not show, but movie we didn't get to talk about was Without Remorse. That is an excellent movie.
Oh my god,
excellent movie. And that's on Amazon Prime.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And then they got
Michael B. bodied that shit.
Yeah, he man. And you know, we're gonna get more of those joints. So I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
you know.
That's just me though. I mean, Amazon or Netflix originals, they've been a lot of hit or miss lately. In my opinion, most of them have been misses.
I feel like they're creating a whole lot of subpar content. They do have, like, when they hit, they definitely
absolutely.
Yeah, but they are, I think they're just more interested in just a lot of content, not necessarily a lot of quality.
Right.
Because you know, they just try to keep people watching. I am excited about that Kevin Hart movie that's coming out though, called Fatherhood. That's a Netflix original. Man, I'll send y'all I'll show y'all the trailer when we go offline, but that looks pretty good. And there was something else that I recently saw that on Netflix, but it's slipping my mind. But we could go forever on that stuff. And I know we gotta get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, man. So, hey, everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet and you've been watching this long, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you need to do that. Make sure you subscribe. Please like the video if you haven't done that already. If you're watching on Facebook, please like and share as well as liking our actual channel on Facebook. And also quick announcements. I saw Luna Bunny in here earlier. Shout out to her. Heads up, next month, your boy is officially a published author. And next month, I have a children's book coming out, and it's illustrated entirely by Luna Bunny, one of our own. So shout out to family. We appreciate her.
Here, James.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you after the joint.
I know. I better get a signed copy. I'm gonna pay for it.
Man, I got you, man. I got you. I'm just mad. The only thing I'm mad about is, you know, I mean, of course, my baby's younger than y'all's, but like, you know, it'd have been cool to do this when our kids were younger. You know what I mean? But like, in order for me to do it, I had to have like certain experiences clearly. So
right, I'm still gonna put it on the shelf. Like, you could be 19 and read this shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Like, it's really cool, and it's about the girls. So, so excited. We were waiting for our first copy to show up, and then after that, more copies will be available to everybody. So that's coming, and some other music coming that I got a new single dropping this week. So just wanted to give heads up on that. And yeah, man, and all goes well. We will see y'all next week. So everybody, y'all be good, be blessed, Stay out of trouble. Be safe out here in these streets, not streets for my country folk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to moms. Yeah, man, we out. So we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Good to be back, fellas.
Hey, shout out to Black Root for that love for the Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
I wish y'all could see this. This was made too. You see the characters on the NBA Jam?
Oh, nice.
Shit.
White man can't jump. Oh, for NBA Jam. That's dope. That's fine.
Yeah, that's facts, bro.
Yeah, man.
Well, I might as well show my shit.
Yeah,
off
come on,
too.
Sherm.
I got a message in a bottle.
Everything.
He's a local, everything black, local designer who has some shit in Target.
That's dope.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. That's
that.
love. So on that note, y'all, we will catch y'all next week. Everybody be good. Take care, y'all. Peace.